Another beautiful morning sitting out on my deck talking to you folks. This is about things that come to me after I've actually met with the people. Now, I might meet with people like say last night, and I could wake up this morning and things could come to me. It used to happen when I first came out more than it does now. It doesn't happen as often as it used to. But I'm going to give you a couple of stories. The first one was, I think, pretty interesting. My sister, and this isn't exactly the same thing as I just said, it's a little different, but my sister called me up and told me that one of my clients who lost a daughter in a car accident, who had passed, her uncle had just passed. She told me he was a firefighter, White Plains firefighter, and she asked me if the daughter was there to meet him when he crossed over. And I told her, kind of a flip answer, listen, I could say yes, I don't know, but I'm not going to do that. But she probably was. So my sister said no, not necessarily, but okay. Left it at that. Didn't really give her an answer. Wasn't getting any information. The next morning I woke up to a beautiful image. And the uncle, the firefighter, was there, showing me the niece was greeting him with several other firefighters. Actually, I created a photograph, not quite as beautiful, but this is the photograph. I hope you can see that. Okay. I saw the niece greeting the uncle with firefighters standing on the side, welcoming him to heaven, and I was told that he died of 9/11 illnesses. So I called my sister and told her what I had seen, that the uncle told me that he got along well with Erica, loved to play with her as a little girl, and they had a good relationship. And he also told me that he died of 9/11 illnesses. They were caused in 9/11, which I didn't understand because he was a White Plains firefighter, so it kind of didn't hit right away. My sister says, no, that doesn't sound right. He wasn't the kind of guy that would have been close with the kids, and she doesn't think he was down at 9/11, so she left it at that. I told her the image I saw and how beautiful it was. Well, maybe a day or a couple of hours later, she spoke with her friend, and she said a couple of things. Number one, that the daughter was very close to the uncle, especially when she was a kid, and he did interact with his niece, and that the illnesses that he had was from 9/11 because he was there after the fact. Okay. So again, the next day, I get stuff. So sometimes it doesn't click like right away. Another story is about a person who's now a friend who lost his 6-year-old granddaughter. Okay, I woke up after the session. The session was on, I think, a Saturday. I don't recall. But let's, for argument's sake, say it was a Saturday. I woke up on Sunday, and I walk in the kitchen, and there's a beautiful pink flower petal, look like an orchid, on my kitchen floor. Now I have orchids, but they would have had to make quite a journey to get to that kitchen floor. So I asked my wife, I said, did you drop a flower petal? She said, no, maybe I picked it up on my shoe and brought it in after walking the dog. I said, no, this was not on anybody's shoe. This was in perfect shape. So I reached out to my buddy and I told him about it, and he sent me, I said, did pink mean anything to you? Well, he sent me a photograph of his granddaughter in a pink dress holding pink flowers, and as it turned out, that the entire community, she passed of cancer, the entire community got behind them, and everybody bought pink bulbs, put them on their porch. The fire department put pink bulbs all around, real supportive of this child's illness. And she was bringing attention to let them know that she has flowers and she is happy. Look, I know that happens. I don't do funeral home speak. I know we cross over and become whole again. I know we're with relatives. I know it's good over there. Again, like I've said in the last one, I don't get anybody from the dark, so you go to the light if you're good over here, which children always do. Okay. Another story was Lulu, and you can read about this one in my book, where she lost her 3-year-old daughter. And the next day, I met her on a Saturday night. Sunday morning, the kid was with me, and asking me to talk to her daddy. It was heart-wrenching. I couldn't stop crying, actually. And I reached out to the mother and asked her if her husband will talk to me. And once he did, agreed to it, the tears went away. My wife is like, "What the hell's wrong with you? I mean, Jesus." And I couldn't stop. I said, "I don't know, man. This kid's with me, and people don't understand how painful this is. People who do what I do think it's great. They're wonderful. The ego is terrific, and what they do is great. Well, you know what? It's not so great. It really is. It's great that I help others, but it's very painful. It causes a lot of anxiety. You can read more about that, but that child put syrup on my hands once. I was cleaning off the bottle of syrup, and there was just a little bit, at the bottom. And all of a sudden I had syrup all over my hands. Like, what the hell? It shouldn't have happened. No way. So I told Lulu, she said when her daughter would take syrup and put it on her hands and play with it. Another situation happened with her is after I spoke with her father, a cardinal woke me up outside my window, which never happened before and never happened since, and sat out there singing for a half hour. I knew that it was the child bringing attention to, thanking us for talking to her dad, okay? And you can read more about that on my webpage or in my book. Finally, I was seeing things, and this happens, I'll see things, I'll see a cross, I'll see a bracelet, and it won't hit me while I'm doing the session. But all of a sudden, I was seeing a cross and didn't pay attention to it. Next day, Grandma's with me telling me that this particular woman was not going to have her child that she was pregnant with, and how proud she is that her granddaughter chose to have the child. So I reached out, thinking this can't be true, me, I question myself all the time. I don't know why, but I do, okay? And I asked her, I said, "Is it true that I said, I'm getting that you weren't going to have the child, that She said, actually, she made the appointment not to have the child. And this isn't political, folks. I'm not proving a point here. This is a fact, okay? This is what happened, all right? She said that she was actually, I think, if I remember correctly, she said she was on the way for the appointment, and she decided not to go and canceled the appointment. And she now has a beautiful child. All right? Well, these things happen. It's interesting. I hope you don't get offended by any of these stories. If you do, oh well. What can I tell you? All right? None of it's meant to be political. None of it is political. Sorry, these stories are running a little longer because they're a little different. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great afternoon. I hope you enjoy this. Tell your friends. Everybody like my video. If you have a Gmail account, you can subscribe. And I'm going to try and do more of these, but I'm having problems with one of my programs. So it's arduous. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.